This is a Hitachi roof nailer, and I'm going to talk about a couple of things that you should know about it. It's not a substitution for reading the manual, but if you've read it, sometimes it's hard to figure out what's going on when you're reading it if you don't see somebody do it. This nail gun loads in the following way. There's a lever here that's pulled down, releases a small pin, folds open, and this casing comes open. You'll see that I have the spool set up high right now. This machine allows you to shoot between 7/8 and 1 3/4 nails, like I said. There's a series of gauges on the inside of this that you may not be able to see in this light that tells you 7/8 versus up to 1 3/4. If you don't set this to the right size of the nail you're using, then the nail won't feed into this level. So I'm using a small nail now, so I've set it on the highest level, and you can see now that it feeds level. What will happen is if you put a small nail on this with it low, it will feed at an angle, and you'll have a couple of problems. You'll have nails that jam, and you'll have problems with double tripping, which means where it's shooting 1, 2, and 3 nails at the same time. So it's really important that whatever nail you decide to set this on, that you set this portion or this gauge appropriately. You set the nails in like I've just done, facing this way, and then they feed into these small lip right in here. And so you can either lay a nail in all the way in so there's one loaded, or you can lay it in so that it fits that small lip, and the first nail that you will fire will be a dry fired nail. It's preferable that you load it all the way so that you know you have one in there. When you put this here, you close the shell so that it holds it in place, and then you close this unit again, and it's on a small camming use, so all you do is push and it clicks into place. This is a roofing nailer for roofing guns, and there's a couple of things it'll tell you other than its design or how it looks that tells you that it's a roofing nailer. It has 2 little pieces of carbide inserts, because when you're rubbing on roofing material all day, you'll wear this piece of metal down in a surprisingly quick time. So they have 2 pieces of carbide that prevent that from happening. They also have a depth gauge here that's set with a Allen wrench. And what that's for is that when you have a piece of roofing stripping, you can set the gauge so that you catch the bottom of the roofing stripping every time, and you have a uniform distance between the bottom of the roof and the top of your nail. So once you set that piece, you can be assured that you're catching it in the right spot all day. Some people like it, some people don't. It's nice to know about. There is a depth of the nail adjustment here that you can adjust manually on this machine, or you can always drop the pressure on your compressor a little bit in order to make an adjustment. This is easy to do. This is a little easier doing fine adjustments, but I find it's tomato-tomato. Both work very well. As with all nail guns, make sure you wear glasses when you're using this, because the coil has little bits of metal that fly off when you're using it. You pull back the brass nipple and insert and release. This roofing nailer is designed so that it will activate if you pull the trigger and touch it to the wood, or if you put it down and pull the trigger. It does both methods. Be careful when you push it down. Sometimes if you push it too hard down and you pull the trigger, the vibration of the gun coming up will cause multiple fires. So everybody has their own way of liking to do it. On putting on roofing nails, I like to pull the trigger and touch it where I want it to go, and it'll do this all day long. Of course, you have to be careful where you're touching, because it's spitting out a live nail every time. Unloading the gun or reloading, again, the same way. Pull and release, and take your nails out. Hitachi makes a great product. This will work all day long. These are made in Taiwan. The metal on it is quite good. and it's a nice machine. All of our nailers come with 50 feet of non-kinking, non-marring hose that goes up to 300 psi, and a pancake compressor here. The regulated pressure on a pancake compressor means that it's the air that's regulated into the hose, and then of course you have your tank pressure here. 150 psi means that it will keep the pressure quite high the whole time, and you generally don't have a problem with running out of pressure as you're driving nails. Although the pancake compressor has 2 ports, if you're aggressively using 2 nailers on this one machine, you may have problems driving 2 nails. We recommend and rent this machine out with only 1 gun on it at a time. If you need to set your regulated pressure, there's a knob here to do so. It's got a plus and a minus sign on it and an arrow. It's pretty self-evident. The air port is on the front of the machine, so when you're using it, it's blowing air out in the front direction. There's no way to adjust that. It also has some no-slip pads on it, so that when you lay it down on a roof, in theory, it doesn't slide off the roof, although the best practice, obviously, is to be careful. I can't think of anything else to say about this machine. I hope you enjoy it as much as we do.